He's in savage mode. If I was Jake Paul right now, I would be my pants.
Oh, bro.
There's not a chance in hell that
He's in savage mode. On the off chance that I was Jake Paul right now, I would be my jeans brother. There's absolutely no way that Jake Paul would get by against the Mike Tyson that beat Marvis Frazier you. At any point, watch that battle that is my #1 Mike Tyson battle Mike Tyson. Just let Joe Rogan know how he will cause Jake Paul to experience in their impending battle. In the meantime, Lennox Lewis accepts that Jake misses the mark on cautious ability important to deal with Mike, despite the fact that Mike is 30 years more seasoned than him. Inquired as to whether he was worried about their security, Lay told the Watchman, "I'm worried for Jake Paul. Tyson actually knows how to punch, as you can see. Well, he's hitting a pack on the off chance that Jake Paul gets hit by one of those punches. He will feel it. I realized Jake Paul would rather not get hit." Lewis stressed his trepidation for Jake Paul's well-being. In the ring, he recognized Tyson's kept punching power, clear from his new instructional meetings, and cautioned that a solitary blow from Tyson could demonstrate obliterating for Paul. The previous boss additionally featured Tyson's forceful battling style and capacity to remove the ring, scrutinizing Paul's guarded ability in sidestepping Tyson tireless assaults. Lewis added Tyson approaches, and he knows how to remove the ring it very well. May involve time. As how great is Jake Paul's safeguard? I saw Mike 2 or 3 weeks prior, and he looked great. He was strolling around without a shirt and flaunting his body, so he's preparing in spite of his interests. Lewis conceded to being captivated by the matchup, perceiving the diversion esteem it offers to the public. He added, "I'm anticipating it, since you must gander at these folks. As performers, the public loves them and needs to see them in real life." The remarks from Lewis add to the developing expectation, encompassing the exceptionally expected session among Tyson and Paul, with fans and savants the same enthusiastically anticipating the result of this one-of-a-kind standoff between two polarizing figures in the realm of battle sports. Now we realize that Jake accepts his session with Mike is a high-stakes confrontation where only one can arise successful. The long-expected standoff setting Mike Tyson in opposition to Jake Paul has at last procured the blessing from the Texas branch of permitting and guidelines set to unfurl under the ageless marquee of Queensberry. Rules. The session guarantees the exemplary system of 3 ringside judges managing 8 serious 2-minute rounds. When gotten for a meeting by USA Today Sports, Jake didn't keep down examining his unavoidable confrontation with Mike. He said, "It's conflict, brother. Everything is fair in love and war. I love the person, yet when it transformed into a genius battle, one of us needs to pass on all that regard actually stands. He's a legend. Like I said, I love the person, yet by the day's end it's conflict. And some of the time you need to do battle and risk it all." Besides, during a new web recording, Jake offered thanks for the Opport solidarity to step into the ring with the game's legend anyway. He didn't avoid lighting the cutthroat flares, promising to do the best that he can with it, and proclaiming it a fight as far as possible with one victor arising. "I believe it's a mutually beneficial. They could despise me, they could cherish me on the off chance that I put my joy to be subject to a crowd of people. It's a mutually dependent relationship, and mutually dependent connections aren't great in the event that I'm depending on a group of people to like me for my fulfillment. I won't ever be cheerful, except if they like me, so that implies I'll get things done to make them like. Yet ensure you let Mike know that there's full speed ahead, anything that whatever happens occurs." And this is war now, while Paul's searing manner of speaking plans to rustle up energy and cause to notice the battle. Sonnen isn't precisely ready for such extreme proclamations. From the previous Disney star, he views Paul's comments as excessively misrepresented and unnecessary. He dug into the Californian's statement promotion, deftly taking apart its blemishes and irregularities in a new video transferred to his checked YouTube stage. The ex-middleweight title challenger laughed at the comment from the issue kid and pondered that it could have conveyed more weight, assuming the match had been a presentation, without any authority authorizing Sonnen, tended to Paul's remark, wherein he pronounced that one of the warriors needs to end communicating profound worry over the gravity of such comments, particularly given the setting of the session being endorsed by the commission. Sonnen highlighted the earnestness of the battle being supervised by administrative bodies, underlining their essential target of guaranteeing the security of warriors. He expressed that the thought of one of the comp contenders biting the dust during the match was unsatisfactory. Featuring the commission's job in keeping any damage from happening, he never misunderstood one, yet he emerged about Mike Tyson. And you got to comprehend the setting of this. It was a reaction in lie of the data that this will be endorsed by the commission. And Jake said, well, one of us must kick the bucket. For what reason does one of you need to kick the bucket? Why I don't believe one of you should kick the bucket. And coincidentally, if on the off chance that it was unsanctioned, it was a show where you all could concoct the principles. Perhaps you could place in a passing proviso. Also, Sonnen communicated suspicion about the expected result in case of such an outrageous situation, proposing that the commission would probably drop the whole occasion. Instead of announce a victor, the previous warrior comments filled in as an indication of the innate dangers implied in battle sports, especially boxing, and the requirement for contenders to move toward the game with deference and obligation. Sonnen study highlighted the significance of focusing on security and sportsmanship and high-profile matchups, like the one among Paul and Tyson. Yet having a commission is the specific inverse. No one's permitted to kick the bucket. You can't kill him. By the way, do you comprehend on the off chance that you kill him? They're not. I don't think they proclaim me the victor. I just know about one time that this consistently happened. I can't recall. Yet I don't feel that they made the person the champ. I think they just dropped the entire thing, which in principle would presumably be a misfortune. You realize I get you need your victor's satchel. You certainly didn't lose if that person, yet you see the issue. For what reason does someone need to bite the dust? And here's the genuine article beside tongue and cheek this intense, what just changed, cuz see I don't see it. Sonnen's remarks give a sobering viewpoint on the expected outcomes of crazy articulations in the lead-up to the occasion, with the focus on Paul and Tyson. Sonnen's reproach is a convenient indication of the requirement for all gatherings required to stay under control and focus on the prosperity of the competitors regardless of anything else, despite the fact that Paul's idea around one of them, expecting to meet their destruction, might have been pursued in only Tyson's choice to participate in a battle at his age, represents a huge gamble to his prosperity. Albeit the petulant match got official endorsement, an outstanding piece of the fan base contends against its authorizing Tyson at 57 years of age, and resigned for almost 20 years plans for his most memorable expert session, beginning around 2005. Muddling matters, the New Yorker fights with different well-being concerns, set in opposition to the 27-year-old Paul, who gives off an impression of being at the pinnacle of his athletic ability. Besides Tyson's raised age, fundamentally enhances the probability of persevering through irreversible mind injury. Would it be a good idea for him he persevere through significant discipline, as featured by Nathan Howard, a chief subsidiary with the Blackout Heritage Establishment UK? I don't see it, and I never saw it. Right now, the open door right currently is the valuable chance to tell us and persuade all of us there is no distinction in a display at an ascent battle, that a battle is a battle. That is what you said. That is what you said. When it was a presentation, that is what Mike said. That is what Mike said when it was a display. And later on, I suspect that VP will advance presentation coordinates with a prominent difference in age and athletic ability between the two. Tyson isn't expected to succeed many. Just see a hint of something better over the horizon for the previous heavyweight champ, in the event that he can use his monumental height and eminent solidarity to quickly dispatch the YouTuber from the ring. In any case, in the